everybody.
Hey, welcome to a new episode of Two in the Bush. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Chet.
And this is Two in the Bush, I guess.
Yeah. Welcome.
Matt.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, man. Hey, first things first. Yeah, check us out. We're on Podbean. You just type in twointhebushpod.podbean.com. It's going to take you right to our whole catalog. You can listen to the whole damn thing. You can go to YouTube. I don't know what the YouTube what's the YouTube address, you know? You go to YouTube.
Well, we don't really have a special address.
You go to YouTube?
But, yeah, you go to YouTube, you can find us listed under Two in the Bush. That's what we're called.
You go there. If you're on the YouTube types, you listen there. Hey, hell, go to Facebook. Facebook.com/2inthebushpod. Damn, you're going to get all the... Hey, if you want to be up to date with everything that's happening in the bush, that's where you're going to want to be.
Yep, keep an eye on that there. Facebook. Like that page.
You can go to the old Twitter, at Two in the Bush Pod. Kelsey's running that. She's going to have everything you're ever going to need on there.
Yeah, so tweet at me.
Twitter. Hell, you can. Hey, if you want to give us some old email, you can email us at that's number 2. twointhebushpod@gmail.com. You got any questions, comments, concerns? Hell, I mean, we need help. You just
suggestions maybe.
Yeah, suggestions. Hell, you can leave a comment on the Podbean. You can leave a comment on the YouTube, the Facebook, hit a like. You do whatever the hell you feel like you want to do. But if you want to, you can hit up that Gmail. We also got an Instagram. I don't know. You go to Instagram, look up Two in the Bush, you're gonna find it. A lot of exciting stuff going on there in the near future, probably. Check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know who's to say what's going to pop up on there. And that's it. Oh, hey, we're on iTunes too. You can go to your old iTunes, type in Two in the Bush. It's going to pop right up. And
hell yeah!
If you don't want to mess with
iTunes.
if you don't want to mess with that Podbean, you just hop right into that iTunes, and hell, you're ready to go. You're cock-blocked, ready to rock.
Ah! I'm always cock-blocked.
It happens to the best of us, brother. I don't Sometimes it just happens. But, you persevere. You move on. You find a cock that's not blocked. Non-blocked cock, if you will.
And I will.
Everyone does. They're not... Hell, they're a dime a dozen, or some old saying. You can just find them on the street. I mean, they're just out there.
Cocks?
Yeah. I mean, they're attached to people, but...
Oh, God.
I know, that's the gross part.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But they're out there. You can find them.
Sorry, don't mind
I'm not really in the market for one myself, but hell,
No.
Sometimes I wish I was. They seem plentiful. And, easy to gather. Anyway.
Easy to gather. Come on down to the cock convention. We're having a gathering.
Cool. I want to go to the little cock convention. Dude, you know what? I'm really into vodka cranberry. It's a hell of a drink. I've had about 3 glasses of this so far today.
Damn, I gotta get on your level. I am having an iced coffee with pumpkin vodka. It's very fall, very white girl.
Yeah, that sounds very white girl and very fall. I don't know what cranberry vodka is, but it's good. I went to that wrestling convention a couple weeks ago, and they had a special on the cranberry vodka, so I got a few of those, and now I'm making them at home.
Now you're addicted.
I'm drinking them. If I'm not at work, I'm drinking, so these things are... I never knew I was such a fan of cranberry juice. This stuff is good. I'm a big fan.
This stuff is good. I feel like I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, I don't know. You just take some, you get the cranberry juice. You just pour some vodka in there, and then you drink it. It's pretty good.
And I bet that your urinary tract has never been so healthy in its life.
I don't know. Last time I peed, it burned a little bit, but I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, maybe you should get that checked out. Actually.
I'm joking.
Sure.
But should I be concerned? I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's supposed to burn when you pee, so I'm concerned.
Oh. Well, maybe I just have whatever. Moving on.
Perfect.
But these cranberry... Hey, man. Did you take one of them boner pills, or what's going on?
No, I didn't. We didn't stop at a gas station. I'm lazy.
Okay, you don't want to take one gas. You don't want to do it. It's not good.
Yeah, I'm like, I already kind of have, like... I don't know, my body's just finicky, so I feel like if you were having heart palpitations, I would probably actually pass out. Like,
dude, that's gonna fuck you up. That's gonna fuck you up. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm just telling all of our listeners, if you want to take a gas station boner pill, hey, it's free roll. You do whatever you want. I'm just saying there may be some side effects
that you didn't think about.
That you didn't think about, including an irregular heartbeat, or other things. I don't know, but it's very sketchy. I don't know if those things should be allowed. I don't know how how that's allowed. You know what brought it to mind was one of my favorite podcasts. They're sponsored by an old dick pill. It's called Blue Chew. Way. I don't know why I'm advertising for them. Whatever. It doesn't matter what they are, but I'm just thinking, hell, if they can get a dick pill sponsor, I'm sure we can.
Hell yeah.
And
that's so fitting for us.
I know, because I mean, if you're in the bush, you're probably gonna need a dick pill.
Totally.
I mean, you're all out in this bush by yourself.
Yeah, I can think of at least 3 occasions where I needed a dick pill.
Yeah, because you can just pop those things in, and they work in about 20 minutes, and you'll be ready to go. Anyways,
20 minutes would feel like a long time, though, in the moment.
Well, I mean, I just depends on what you're doing. I don't know. I can fucking
find something else to do for 20 minutes.
I can occupy myself for 20 minutes.
There you go. Yep. I was like, say it, Chet.
But I'm just saying, man, these dick pills are dangerous. They need to. That's a dangerous road you're going down. That's like that. Man, dick pills and like that. What the hell is that shit? That what do they call it? What
cocaine.
Do the kids? No, the synthetic marijuana. What do they call? What do the kids do today?
I don't know.
K2, crocodile. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Yeah.
I prefer non-synthetic marijuana.
Yeah, that shit's gonna fuck you up. Don't mess with that. Or with the dick pills.
Dangerous.
Unless you want to have an irregular heartbeat and a boner for about 5 hours, then fuck around with it. But if neither of
might
those,
be for you.
Yeah, if that doesn't really appeal to you, I'd say go ahead and take a pass.
Yeah, sounds safe. Now, I'm just curious, like, where'd you get this information from?
Like what information?
You just seem to really have a lot of inside knowledge about the effects of dick pills.
I'm just saying, if you find yourself at a gas station and you're like, hey, there's some dick pills over there for about $3.99.
That's it?
Oh, hell, I don't remember. But
I'm going to go buy a whole bunch.
This is just a hypothetical story. And you're just like, hell,
sure.
Let's just see what this does. I don't need it. Or you don't need it, whomever this person is. But it's like, hell, let's just pop those in and just see what happens. And, maybe it takes... And let's say, maybe it takes you from 100% to 110%. Little 10% boost there.
Yeah.
Hey, it might be worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Could be fun. Could be all right. You might get an irregular heartbeat. You might feel like maybe you're going to die. Or your heart is going to explode.
You see, that's dangerous to have going on during sexual activity, because it's already a little bit strenuous, and then if you have, like, some arrhythmia going on, like...
Right. So,
I can't imagine. What would you do if you're, like, getting it on with somebody and they just suddenly pass the fuck out during...
Oh.
That's scary. Then you have to call 911 and be like, yeah, well, we were fucking too hard, and he passed out, and...
He may have taken a gas station dick pill. Not sure.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me, but I'm suspecting. I've never had anyone pass out while I was doing stuff.
Yeah.
of that
But it would be
nature.
scary, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be a rape conviction. I don't know.
Yikes. What if
Oof.
they died?
Oh, I don't know. What do you do? Do you bury the body, or do you have to
I
notify
just, like...
someone? Do you just call the coroner directly, or do you have to call the hospital if you already know they're dead?
See, I think if they're already dead, honestly, you don't have to call the hospital.
Oh,
I
really?
could be wrong.
Can you?
I could be wrong.
Okay, if they're already dead, like let's say you fucked them, you're in the middle of it, they go limp. You're like, oh dear, what happened?
Oh,
This is
dear.
really dark. I don't know where this goes.
But I'm
Well,
interested.
they've passed on. They have deceased. And, you take the pulse. Maybe you administer CPR. You do everything you gotta do. Like morally or ethically, like what are you supposed to do in that? Do you just call directly to the funeral home? Do you start setting up a visitation
Well,
directly, or?
I think what happens is you call 911 and just explain to them what happened, and then if they want to send an ambulance, they can, or if they want to send just an investigator, they can, Because if I find a dead body somewhere and they've been dead
Mhm.
for a few days and I call 911, they're not going to send an ambulance, right? They're going to send, like, detectives.
They might
So I
send
feel
an
like,
ambulance.
yeah?
I don't know.
Even if like, if you get a call from
Are you
someone
there?
and it's like, yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, I think you cut out for a second. Oh well.
Oh. If you're a 911 operator and you get a call from someone, it's like, hey, I just found this dead body, like, there are flies all over it, it's cold, it's hard, it's stinky, like,
You're
yeah,
fucking
I
that?
gotta send... No, I'm using, this is an entirely different scenario.
Oh,
But
okay.
in that case, they don't send an ambulance, they send, like, police, like, investigators, like, crime scene people, whatever. So I'm assuming that they have the power to draw the line between when you send an ambulance and when you don't, yeah? So, like,
Maybe.
if I were fucking someone and they died during it, I
Okay.
would call the police, or I would call 911, I would tell the person on the end of the line exactly what transpired, exactly when it transpired, and exactly what state the person is in now, and they can make that call. They can decide, oh, I send an ambulance, or oh, I just send out investigators,
That's probably the way to go about it. I feel like
Yeah.
they're probably going to send an ambulance out no matter what, because they might think you're
Totally.
stupid. And you don't
Yeah,
know, you
right.
don't know how to tell if a person's dead or not.
And that's the right
So-
thing to do.
But I've always it's given me great anxiety. Not the fact I'm gonna have sex with someone until they die, but just the fact that I would come across a dead body and then I have to figure out, like, what do I got to do? What are the logistics here? Who do I notify?
Right.
What is my responsibility here? Can I just leave it? If I just see a dead body, can I just go about my business? Do I have to say something?
I think that you have to call 911. I think that's how it works.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, what if I don't want to be involved? What if it just gives me anxiety? I mean, I've already seen a dead body. I'm traumatized. What about me?
That's true. What about you? Why is it never about you? This is bullshit.
Right. I'm just saying, I've been traumatized now. That person's dead. They can't feel anything. Now I'm traumatized because I've seen a dead body through no fault of my own. I'm just walking through walking down a trail or whatever,
Yeah.
and I come across this dead body. Now I've got to deal with that. Now I've got to pay for therapy. Now I've got to talk to the media. What about me? Okay, this person died, and I feel bad for him. I'm sorry. That's a tough break. Okay, we all get tough breaks in life. Some of us die in the woods. I don't know how this person died. Maybe it was a bear. Maybe it was a natural cause. Maybe it was a murder. Who's to say? But I have the issue now. I have to carry that with me. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Do I get to speak at their funeral? Do I get some sort of? Is there a GoFundMe account? How am I taken care of in this situation?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Here's what I'm thinking, though. I'm gonna go back to the having sex with someone and then they die during. Let's say that happens and you're expunged, you're not guilty, like, it's not your fault that they got too excited and had a heart attack or whatever. But, like, do you go to the funeral still after that?
Are you?
And, like, how do you look their family in the eyes? It's like, yeah, it's not exactly my fault, but it's kind of my fault because I was fucking your son and he had a heart attack during because he got too excited.
But he was exerting himself too much. He should have known his limits.
Right. But it's just like, everyone's gonna know. Like, oh, he died because they were fooling around.
I don't know
And
if
now here
everyone's
she
gonna
is.
know.
But a lot of people might.
Yeah, people are gonna talk about that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Okay, let's say it's like a one night stand, like you don't have a history with this person. Okay.
Oh,
You
yikes.
just met them. Okay.
Yeah.
And they die. You're fucking and they die. Like, how do you know you're gonna have the police aren't gonna be like, oh, you're some fucking creep. You killed this person and then fuck their dead body, and now you're going to prison, and everyone thinks you're a dead body fucker.
Right.
What about that? That could be a Netflix documentary right there. I'm sure there's some guy that's in prison right now because he fucked a dead body, and he's like, guess what? I didn't do that. We were just, I met her at the bar. We went to a hotel. We went to the thing. We were fucking. She was okay. I don't know. She took something. She died. You know, I kept going. I thought maybe this was a thing she liked to do. I finished. She's still limp. Now she's dead. Oh, my dear, what do I do? I call the police. They come. I was like, I was doing this woman. She died. Now I was in an accident. I didn't do anything. They're like, oh, well, she's dead, and she died 45 minutes ago, but you didn't call us till 10 minutes ago. What the fuck were you doing? And you're like, I didn't know. I thought she was it. I thought she liked this was her thing. She liked to be limp. And now you're going to prison. I mean, this could happen. This has probably happened before. You'd have to think.
Yeah.
Statistically.
Although, I like to think that if someone went limp while I was having sex with them, I would stop for that, you know?
But that's easier. I mean, if they go limp when you're having sex with them, I think it's a lot easier for you to notice.
You know, okay, maybe just minusculely. I don't know. Ever so slightly. But, like, no,
Depends.
I'm sorry, but if you're having interactive sex with a conscious person, you should still notice if they all of a sudden are doing nothing and have gone completely limp. Okay?
True. You should totally know. And you know what? You should actually be on the lookout for that. That's a good sign that you should probably not be having sex with the person.
Yeah, if they're not, like, reciprocating in any way, they're either not interested or they are dead.
That's definitely a big tip for people. I'm sure, hey, not to preach to the choir, but yeah, if they're limp and not responsive, I would say you should go ahead and pack up what you were doing. And
go ahead and pack up, yeah, because one way or another, something is wrong there.
Yeah, you should try to assist them to consciousness, or call the authorities.
Yeah. Oh man.
Man, that was a deep topic, dude.
Yeah.
That reminds me of an article I read earlier this week. I don't know. Maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know. I don't know if a woman could relate. And when I say it's a guy thing, I mean it's nothing I've never done, but apparently some guys do it. I read an interview with Paul McCartney of the Beatles, and he said he just used to like watch porn and jerk off with his friends, or they just think about women and jerk off together. Did you ever do that?
Oh, and that was just like normal?
Yeah, did you ever just hang out and jerk off with friends, or is that just like a Beatles thing, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was a time thing. Like, maybe it was cool then and it's not now, but that's never even, like, come up. Like, it's never been even a possibility. It's just not, you just don't. Oh,
really?
How about you?
I mean, it's never been a possibility that I know of, but I did, I read this, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. So a bunch of guys, bunch of boys hanging out together, and just deciding to jerk it together. And I tried to like put myself in those shoes and to see if I'd ever had that inclination or where that would come from. I mean, I definitely like hung out with other guys. Like I'm talking when you're young and like middle school or high school or whatever. Whenever you're becoming sexually aware, you definitely do like hang out with groups of friends and like watch pornography, and that. It's like you're doing everything but jerking off. I mean, you're watching porn within the proximity of
getting excited.
Of other friends. You've obviously all got fucking boners in your pants, but you're just not pulling it out. And I'm like, hell, maybe me and my friends were just too uptight. Maybe we should have freed ourselves and just took a page from Paul McCartney's book. But
yeah, lighten up a little, I guess.
yeah, I know. I don't know. We came from a small town. We'd probably go to hell if we did that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He did that. Him and Paul McCartney. Who's that other Beatle? John Lennon.
Was it him and the other Beatles?
Together. Yeah, well, him and John
Lennon.
And like some random dude. And then there's some random dudes. I guess what they did, okay, I take this, because this is before, these are some old fuckers, so this is probably like in the 40s or 50s or some bullshit.
Okay.
They like jerked off, and like they would like yell out the names of women, I guess who they were fantasizing about.
Oh.
They were jerking off. I don't know, I guess that could be cool. I don't see any problem with it.
What if they yelled the name of the same woman? Would they fight?
Ooh, I don't know.
Like, probably no, not. I'm fantasizing about Yoko Ono.
I mean, I don't think he knew her at the time, but I don't know. But that was something crazy that they did back. That maybe that's like a Greatest Generation thing or Baby Boomer, where the fuck they are. I think they're Greatest Generation. I don't know.
Well, hey, if any of you listeners are of that era. Weigh in. Let us know. Did you ever circle jerk with your friends?
Right, or if you're younger, and maybe it's a post-millennial thing or a millennial thing. Maybe they're all jerking off together, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. I don't see any negatives to it.
I mean, if everybody's consenting, I guess.
Well, yeah, if everyone's like, hey, it's just
feels comfortable.
I mean, hell, we're watching the porn. I mean, what the fuck, why not?
Yeah, I've also just never watched porn in a group setting, I guess.
Oh, you haven't? See, I did that a lot.
No.
I had a lot of parties when I was in like high school and middle school, and we just watch porn. It would be.
Yeah, it's like, what else do you do?
Yeah, it's like, and there'd be like males and females there. I mean, it wouldn't be an even split. There might be,
right.
or it might be like 10-4 or something. But which leads me to my other thing is, if it's 10-4, four of those girls are dating four of the guys at the party, so how do you know why they're bothering? And then the other guys are just left with nothing.
Yeah. Well, they have their hands.
Yeah, they come in handy.
That was awful.
I mean, whatever. You don't need to. You can use about any household item. You don't need to use your hand.
What?
Yeah, I mean, you can fuck just about anything. I'm sure any 13, 14, 15-year-old boy can tell you that.
Oh my god.
What else? Well, anyways, I think we've probably met our quota for jerk-off discussions for the day.
Sure.
What do you got?
I'll try to avoid it.
What have you been looking at? What have you been thinking about?
I've been thinking about weed a lot lately.
Ooh, are you talking about the marijuana?
Yeah, the marijuana, as opposed to like just things that grow with flowers that are annoying.
You had weeds in your garden?
Yeah, weeds.
Yeah.
Or the show.
That's a good show.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've heard good things, and I'm gonna at some point.
My mom watched it. She told me it was good.
Oh, yeah. So you just believe what she believes? Is that how you?
I don't know. Are you calling my mom a liar?
I'm not calling her a truther.
Yeah, she's not that bright.
Hi, Chet's mom. Hope you're listening.
Anyway, she's great.
No, I've been thinking about weed.
Yeah, what have you been thinking about it?
For no particular reason, of course. Not that I would ever have an interest in that substance. But no, so I stumbled upon this interesting piece of information. Okay. And this is kind of old. This is from a few months ago, but I guess that there was like a group in Indianapolis specifically that
Indianapolis.
They decided, so close to home.
Yeah.
They decided to, I think this was kind of like like a countercultural movement as opposed to what they actually believed. Kind of like a lot of like Satanism isn't really truly religious in nature, but more just countercultural. Anyway, they started this church called the First Church of Cannabis.
Ooh, yeah.
And so their plan with that was to offer its members marijuana as a holy sacrament.
Right.
Right. And so then, of course, like, it becomes this issue with the state of Indiana, because it's like, oh, you know, this is illegal here. However, this is a religious group, so, like, are you going to stomp on our religious freedom by not letting us have our holy sacrament? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So I just thought it was kind of an interesting issue to ponder, because, like, where do we draw the line with government in regards to religious freedom versus laws like...
Well,
you know.
I know this has been used as a common defense for a long time for people who have been snared up in this whole anti-marijuana hysteria and the anti-marijuana laws we have. I had a friend, man, this was years ago. This might have been like over a decade ago. I had a friend who was busted for I don't know if you'd call him a friend, an acquaintance. That was busted for some sort of pot possession. And he was facing some jail time. And I know his defense was he was going to claim some sort of religious exemption. He joined, I can't remember, it's some sort of Rastafarian church or thing, organization.
Yeah.
But I remember him coming into the workplace, the workspace, whatever, and showing me his religious documents and that he had been ordained a minister and that he's putting together his defense and that this was going to be a clear cut way of to beat the charge, and that's all. I don't know what happened to it. I don't think his defense worked. I don't think he went to jail though. I think maybe he just got probation or some sort of. I don't remember him ever disappearing. He was still at work,
right?
So maybe it worked. I don't know, but I know this was way back in like 2000. A long time ago. Way back
2000,
in the 2000s.
ooh.
Yeah, way back in the 2000s. I don't know. This guy...
So before it was even cool to smoke weed, really. You know? Be pro-weed.
Well, I don't know. I mean, where I came from, it was always kind of a cool thing. I never really got... You know, here's my thing with weed. I'm not... I mean, I fucked around with that in, like, middle school. Like, maybe 7th, 8th grade. Didn't really do anything for me. So, I mean, by the time I got to high school, I was done with it. And then maybe I fucked around with it a little bit, you know, when you're in like that college age situation. And then, I mean, for me personally, I never got anything really out of it. But if you do, I support it 100%. And I think all these laws are bullshit. I don't think people should be going to prison or to jail or should be getting any. I mean, I'm what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say I support legalization like any sane-minded person does. But fortunately, we're not there yet. But this First Church of Cannabis is taking on Indiana, and I don't know. Where'd they get? Did they get anywhere? Yes. Do you know?
No, I think so far they have not. Indiana was basically like, here, I'll read a little excerpt. Jesus.
Yeah, read
Christ.
It. You got it. We know what you mean.
Allowing religious exemptions for marijuana use would have an overall negative impact on society. They also argued that this would put Indiana's police officers in the difficult position of having to evaluate the sincerity of a marijuana user's religious faith.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Tough call. I mean,
I'm like, aren't you already putting yourselves in that position by saying no to making a religious exemption? Yeah.
I would think so. I mean, Indiana is going to be a tough nut to crack. I don't know if, that might be one of the last states that you're going to try.
Yeah.
Because they're just fucked up. Or I'm pretty sure I don't want to fucking smear the fine name of Indiana, but I'm pretty damn sure that's where the Ku Klux Klan was founded and where it started. So I mean, I don't have much. I don't have much.
Folks over there.
I ain't got much respect for the Hoosier State, and wait a minute, that's not the Hoosier State, is it? Is it Indiana Hoosiers?
Don't look at me.
Ooh, I think it is. I was right. Anyways, I've not spent much time there. I drove through it once, and I was not impressed. That's it. It was
not only are you bad people, your state's fucking boring.
Yeah, I mean, it was hell, and I come from a state that ain't nothing, but this place, I don't know. Yeah, I drove through it. I seen they had a big old fucking thing where they play the football game. That was about it. They just drive on through it, and it wasn't shit. I didn't get it. I don't understand really why it's a thing.
Yeah. Shut her down.
I get, like, Illinois, Chicago, so, I mean, that's a thing. And then you go to Cleveland, you go to Ohio, you got Cleveland, and you got some other place in Ohio, I think. You got Cleveland, and what's the other place in Ohio? No, I'm just saying. You go to the left or right of Indiana, you got something, but if you go to Indiana, you ain't got much.
Nothing at all.
Indiana, you got Indianapolis. Not even a created name. Sounds like they took the state and they had Annapolis on there.
They just had Annapolis, yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. What do you got above there? You got Michigan?
You can kind of say the same of Minneapolis.
Yeah, but Minneapolis is cool. Minneapolis is well respected in this country as a fine city of intellectualism and I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, if you're from Indianapolis, you're a fucking moron, is what we're trying to say.
I think so, and I mean, unless you're listening to the podcast and then you're a fan and you're fucking trapped, and I hope you find a way out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I just drove straight through. I didn't stop because why would you? But
why would you?
But it didn't look that great, and it was cold. I was in winter. This was like in January, and it seemed like the most miserable place you could ever be. Then I went, and I'm just saying, I drove through that motherfucker, and I went right into Ohio, and Ohio seemed cool. And I don't know what the difference was, but I think one of them vote Democrat more than the other, so maybe that's it. I don't know. There just seemed to be more of a. I just felt better over there. Then you go past Ohio. You go to fucking what's the next state?
I'm so bad at geography.
It's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's Pennsylvania. You go over to Pennsylvania. That's kind of a weird state. You ever been to Pennsylvania? I don't know.
No.
It kind of feels, it's like the Northeast. It kind of feels like the Northeast, but it also kind of feels like fucking you're in some fucking hillbilly shit. There's some mountains and shit. So you feel like you're getting some hillbilly shit as well. And you also kind of feel like maybe you're still a little bit in the Midwest. They got a weird, it's a unique thing they got going over there in Pennsylvania.
Kind of bit of a melting pot for all the cultures.
And to make stop. Now, granted, I mean, I just drove through and stopped at some fucking gas stations to take a piss. But you talk to the locals. You go in there, you take your piss, you say hello, how's it going? I'm driving through here. Fuck you. Later, you get in your car and you drive on. You stop at the next gas station. Sorry,
did you say fuck you to them?
That's what we call Iowa nice. You just say, hey.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm moving. I'm just moving on through. Don't fucking talk to me. I ain't got time for it. Well, it was fine. West Virginia. Seemed all right. That seemed really fucking scary.
Where were you going at the time?
Washington D.C. I'm just breaking down my road trip to Washington D.C. And then you go through West Virginia, which I don't know much about. I believe there's a song that references it.
West Virginia. Is it that one?
Yeah, you got it. You go through there, you're like, oh man, there's some mountains and shit. I don't know if it's West Virginia. I don't know where the fuck somewhere I got up on a mountain in These fucking, they had like some fucking coal miners going to work at like 3 in the morning when we were driving through. Those fuckers are crazy. I don't know if they're all hopped up on meth going to the mine or what the fuck their deal is.
I mean, that would be.
You don't want to be up on the mountain driving with them, I'll tell you what. And hey, if you're fucking from West Virginia and you're working up on the mountain, I fucking support you. That's a hard job. I'm just saying you guys drive crazy up on those mountains. Maybe it's because I'm not used to mountain driving. I mean, whatever. But they're fucking speeding around. They're fucking popping the wheelies. They're fucking doing donuts.
Popping wheelies?
Yeah, they're popping wheelies. And you're trying to drive down this mountain. And it's fucking snow's coming down. You can't see. There's a fucking cliff on your right. Fucking mountain wall on your left with fucking the rocks hanging down.
Fucking the rocks.
Yeah, and these guys are just fucking popping wheelies and fucking just driving all crazy like. You gotta be careful. I'm just saying. You drive through there, you gotta be careful.
That sounds scary. I don't drive that erratically on solid ground.
I know. I don't know what they're up to over there. And then you come down off the mountain. Maybe you come through Virginia. You get to Virginia, it seems normal. You're like, isn't this, you think it's the South, but they seem pretty normal there. And you get to Washington, D.C., which is like this tiny little fucking place in the middle of Virginia with like, man, the traffic is fucking crazy. I'll tell you what, those fuckers are driving into work. They don't give a shit. They gotta go fucking save the world or fucking pay off some politicians or whatever the fuck they're doing. Jesus. So that traffic is not fun either. I gotta tell you, I've driven in some bad traffic situations. I'll tell you what, DC is some of the worst. I don't know, that's all I got to say.
I feel like maybe I would not be trying that hard to drive responsibly just because I would hate my life,
You would not be trying to drive responsibly?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like if that was my job, maybe I'd just be so miserable that I'd just be like, well, if I die, I die.
I don't know. They seem pretty happy. I think they make good money out over there doing that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They don't like snow though. I was there and it snowed like an inch, and they closed down the restaurant I was eating at. I remember that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. They're like, you have to leave. I was like, why? They're like, it's snowing. And I was like, well, that's a flurry. And they're like, well, this is Washington, man. We can't drive in that. And I'm like, well, I feel yeah. I'm like, okay, whatever. They're like, we'll comp the mill. I'm like, okay, I'll leave. And then you leave, and then it fucking snowed like an inch, and they shut down the town. But
I want to live there, dude.
It's only the nation's capital. I mean, you'd think they'd be able to handle a little snow, but apparently not.
No, but I like that, because I'm always... Listen, when it gets to be winter here, and I'm still driving my ass to work, and I'm terrified that I'm about to die because it's that sketchy out, I'm like, I just want to live in a place that never sees snow, so that they'll shut it down for me. I don't have to risk my life to go to work, or school, or what the fuck ever I was doing.
Dude, you're preaching.
I always thought that was bullshit.
You're preaching. I hate the fucking snow. I'm an anti-snow motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to drive in that. Send me to a place to live where they shut shit down over 1 inch of snow. I will take it.
I don't get the snow, man. I don't. Why is it fun? Because it's white? What the fuck? Who cares if there's a bunch of powdery white shit outside? It's cold. It's slick.
It's miserable. It's dangerous.
It's gonna kill you. Okay, people die in the fucking snow. You don't fuck with that. That shit will fucking fall on you. It's called an avalanche. It falls on you. You fucking die. You go out there, you get cold, you fucking die. You go out there, it's slick, some motherfucker crashes into you, you die. I don't get the snow. I don't get the snow, the snow thing. I just don't understand snow.
Yeah. No.
I don't get it.
Or another way you can die is that it affects your visibility. So even if you're doing just fine, you just can't see shit. You could drive into something, you could walk into something. Yeah,
I'm walking into shit all the time. Fucking sometimes you make a fucking snowman, it comes alive. That's fucking traumatic. I mean,
watch out. Sometimes you build a snowman and it's your dead soul that's inside of the snowman, and he comes alive and he talks to you, and then they make a movie about it, and he's making out with your mom, and that's super weird because it's fucking snowman.
But it's kind of cool because your dad's Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
You're like, he's pretty cool. He played Batman. He's kind of got Got those crazy eyes, but I like them. I don't know. I'm
I
a fan.
was really taking a gamble on whether or not you'd know Jack Frost.
I've seen Jack Frost. You know, there's also another film series called Jack Frost, which is about a killer snowman. I don't think they could like.
Is it Michael Keaton again?
No, I just think they couldn't copyright Jack Frost because it's a common saying or whatever.
Right.
So this other movie series was also able to be called Jack Frost.
There's just anarchy out there. Damn.
But if I remember this, I don't know if I'm making this up, so forgive me. This gives you a glimpse into my sick fucking mind if I'm making this up. But okay. I believe in the horror movie version of Jack Frost, this killer snowman at one point removes his carrot nose. You know, you put a nose.
Oh no!
No, you put a nose. You put a carrot for the nose. I believe. I could be wrong. I believe he removes his carrot nose and places it in his crotch. He makes it a carrot dick, and he may or may not sexually assault. I don't know why this is funny. I'm sure it was consensual. Whatever. But I believe he violates a woman with his carrot dick. And as a small child that just left, while I was watching this movie, I probably thought I was getting Jack Frost with Michael Keaton, but I got the wrong thing.
You're like, sweet, Jack Frost.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever, it works.
Wait, is this a sequel?
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure on this horror movie, Jack Frost, which I'm pretty sure actually exists, so I'm not making it up. I don't know, he fucks a woman with his carrot dick.
I want to watch this now. Not just because of that.
I mean,
ooh, he fucks a woman with his carrot dick. Where do I find that?
It's pretty exciting when you think about it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty hot. I love vegetables.
Sounds pretty cool. I love vegetables. I love snowmen. I mean, you're kind of combining my two favorite things. I don't like snow, though, but snowmen.
Snowmen,
yeah. Problem with. Yeah, snowmen.
That would be cold, having sex with a snowman.
I mean, I think the carrot's probably like room temperature, so you'll probably be okay.
The carrot, but like if your like legs are rubbing together at all, or if you're embracing each other, like.
Yeah, have you ever seen a snowman? They don't have legs.
Well, how is he moving?
He just kind of waddles around on his lower, I don't know how his lower ball,
his base.
His base, if you will.
Okay, regardless, there is snow there that I am trying not to come in contact with while being carrot fucked.
Well, you only have to fill it every thrust, every other thrust. I mean, I don't know. Wait a minute, how would that work? I mean,
every other thrust specifically.
I mean, if I remember the movie, I mean, he's not under. I don't know what's going to happen. You'd think that would be dangerous for him to fuck as a snowman because
he could get hot, you get worked up,
he could melt. And I've seen Frosty the Snowman, and those fucking things will melt, and it's pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah.
When old snowman melts and then he's dead.
Remember the return of Frosty the Snowman and how shitty that was? The like sequel to Frosty the Snowman?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't I remember it. Like, I know it exists, and I know I watched it, but I don't remember it probably because I was like, this ain't no fucking Frosty fucking melted. We know. Don't be trying to bring his ass back. Yeah. It's like Return to Oz. You ever seen that?
Yeah, I think I dabbled in it briefly, but I'm kind of like you with Return of Frosty.
It's just some bullshit. It's like, we're not going back to fucking Oz. Fuck this.
You know what's art, though?
Dorothy. At the end of the movie, it was a dream. Anyway. What's art?
What's art? The Wiz.
What is it? The Wiz is pretty good. You got Michael Jackson in there. What else do you need? You got, what's her name? Fuck, I can't remember.
So I'm thinking we should do a drunk cinema edition of the horror Jack Frost or The Wiz.
I mean, the thing with Jack Frost is that screenplay is probably not posted anywhere. I mean, who knows if they even had one when they filmed the movie. There's definitely not one publicly available.
I will transcribe.
Okay, if you are willing to transcribe Jack Frost, the horror movie version, then yes, I am down.
Yeet.
But Jack Frost, the Michael Keaton one, is also a very good movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Multiplicity?
No.
It's where Mike. Okay, I just bring it up because it's also Michael Keaton. He just clones himself because he's like it's a really bad movie, but he clones himself because he's such a busy man. He's got a wife and kids, and he's so busy. So he's like, I'm going to clone myself. So he has like 3 clones of his.
3?
Or maybe 4.
Jesus
one of them's
Christ.
Okay, but it's one of those things where it's like as he clones himself, it's different traits of his personality. I don't know how this worked in the movie, but one of them's like a masculine version, and then one of them's like a gay version, and then I guess as the more you clone yourself, the more the DNA deteriorates or something, according to this movie. So his final clone is like mentally challenged. I don't know where I was going with this story other than it's a bad movie. It's a bad 90s Michael Keaton movie where he clones himself. And
it sounds awesome.
There's a great part where the mentally challenged guy is obsessed with pizza, and he wants to save it for later, so he folds it up and puts it in his wallet. And I just thought it was comedic genius. It's still with me to this day. I haven't seen the movie.
Doing that.
I haven't seen the movie in probably a decade, but he's just like, I got pizza.
Fit it in his wallet.
I don't know. He just if I remember the scene right, he opens his wallet and he's just got a piece of greasy pizza on there, and he opens it and takes it out and starts licking it. And I'm just like, as a 5th grader or however old I was like, that's the funniest thing you could ever do.
Got to get me one of them pizza wallets.
I mean, if you could carry pizza in a wallet, I mean, there wouldn't be too much else to complain about in this world.
No, yeah, I'd be well off. Because sometimes you're just out and about living your life, and all of a sudden you get hungry, and there's just nothing you can do.
That's true.
I don't know about you, but when I get hungry, I'm unpleasant. I'm not fun to be around.
Oh, I'm very unpleasant.
Irritable. Yeah.
I'm a bitch. I just turned into a real bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Same.
I'm just like,
and people
hungry.
are like, what's up your ass? And I'm like, I'm hungry. Fuck off.
Fuck off. Must eat. And they're like, where do you want to eat? And I was like, I don't fucking know. That's why. This problem has layers. I'm hungry. I am physically hungry, but I also don't know what I want to eat. What do you want me to do? And then you got some other motherfucker trying to tell you what to eat, and you're like, no, that's not gonna cut it.
Yeah, bitch.
I ain't gonna cut the...
You think you know me?
That ain't gonna work. Whatever. It's a common human dilemma.
I'm unhappy because I'm hungry. And I'm hungry because I'm unhappy.
When did this start? When did we start becoming hungry, but not just immediately eating anything, but being picky? I want to know when that started. I want to know when that started in human history. I want to think somewhere in my bloodline, I had to be part of that bloodline. One of the first people that were like, no, I don't want the fuck. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating the fucking. What the fuck did they eat back then? I don't know. I'm not eating that shit. There's some raw fucking grass. Some fucking. We found the dead fucking rotting carcass of a fucking antelope. It looks pretty...
You know what? I'm starving, but I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to take the time to build a fire and roast it.
I said, guys, that has maggots on it. I don't think that's still good to eat. And they're like, oh, we're going to fucking eat it. And they're like...
What kind of snob are you?
And those were like their first parents that was like, will you eat this or you don't eat it at all? And I'm like, well, that's got fucking maggots on it. I'm like, can we make a fire? They're like, we don't know what that is yet. I'm like, well, you fucking create it. And if the fucking meat has maggots on it, you can fucking cook it. You'll still probably get fucking sick, but not as sick as you. Yeah. And they're like, we don't know what that. And then you make the fire, and then they think you're a fucking god, and then you're a king. I think that's how it happened.
I like to think that, somewhere in your lineage, there's someone who was just like you that had exactly that happen to him.
Definitely, I think so.
It seems right.
It seems right. I mean, I'm kind of a picky eater, so I gotta think at some point that started. So if it started at the beginning, yeah, and some motherfucker was like, I'm not eating that, then he probably fucking left those dumbasses that were eating the maggot fucking infested antelope, and they fucking died because they were dummies.
Like,
and then
I don't need it.
Hey, I don't need that shit. I got a rock. I'm gonna fucking club this fucking raccoon over the head. Eat that. How about that? This raccoon's delicious. You wouldn't think so.
Were there raccoons in that time?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking animal
historian.
Animal historian. I have to assume that. I mean, I don't think raccoons can be that recent, right? They've had to have tracked probably pretty similar to mankind, right?
I don't know. Well, okay. Here's what I do know. Here's some scientific fact.
Okay.
In the Disney movie Pocahontas,
there's a raccoon.
She has a raccoon. Yeah. So at least that far back.
Right. Well, some motherfucker in my family came to the New World, and he's like, "Hey, those things look good." You're always eating. You're always eating the garbage. I don't know.
I was recently considering, like, who is the first person to be like, I'm going to cook this meat. You know, like, yeah. I mean. Because there's a time where you're just eating raw shit, and somebody was like, hey guys, hold up. This fire, I'm just going to put this meat over it for a long time, and then I'm going to eat it. And, like, if that wasn't a concept that you already had, how weird would that be? You'd be like, what the fuck, why are you doing that? Like, why would you burn your food before you eat it?
But what a bad motherfucker that guy was, or gal. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Badass.
I mean, people probably fucking worship that motherfucker. Think about that. Now, wait, maybe not the first person, because the first person might have been a dumbass and just like threw it in there and burn it, and they ate it, and they're like, what the fuck? And then there's it probably took a smart guy to be like, well, maybe you put it in there, but you just don't fucking throw it in the fire for fucking...
maybe you put it on a stick.
Yeah, maybe we put the shit on a stick, we put it in there about 10 minutes. You know, maybe we don't even put it right on the flame, we put it above the flame. It's still hot. One time I stuck my hand out and top of the flame, and it fucking burnt. So it's still hot up there. And then that motherfucker was a god. But then that other guy who burnt the meat the first time was like, oh, I started this first, motherfucker. And then you're like, whatever, you burnt it, bitch. You burnt it. He didn't know. He didn't know about the residual heat. Maybe, maybe the guy was like, fuck, maybe you throw some rocks in here, you heat those up, and you take the rocks out, and you throw the meat on that, cook it on that. I don't know what the fuck they did. But somebody did it first, and we love them. We praise them to this day.
Yeah. I'm so glad that cooking is a thing.
That's what we do now.
It's delicious. Some
people eat raw meat, but I don't know. I don't get it. No.
I love cooked meat.
I love cooked meat too. I mean, I'm a real medium rare kind of guy. So I like a little blood in there. Yeah. Well, hell.
But not raw.
Not raw. Not my chicken. I like to cook that all the way through.
Yeah, that's for the best.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What do you got? Man, one time, here's my thing, man. Have you ever been waiting in traffic?
Yes.
Or maybe you're walking. You're in traffic or you're walking. This applies no matter what.
I try not to walk
anywhere. Actually, no, this doesn't apply to being in traffic. This applies to be walking. So disregard that. Let's say you're out.
Okay.
So you're out for a walk and you go to an old stoplight and you press one of them fucking buttons to cross the sidewalk, and it beeps and it makes some of them even fucking talk to you. They're like, "Hey, it's gonna take about, just stand at the ready. We're gonna be changing the light soon." They say something like that. Actually, they don't say anything nearly like that, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I would really appreciate if that was actually what was said to me.
But they say something. Sometimes
stand at the ready.
They're like, wait, and then they're like, walk, usually. Sometimes you press those buttons and they don't do anything. Did you know that?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, literally, they don't do anything.
It's just there to, like, make you feel like it's going to go faster?
Yeah, it's a placebo.
Damn.
How about that? We all suspected it.
How common is that?
It's pretty common. I read an article that said some percentage of that is true. Let me pull it Let me pull
I
up
read an article that said some percentage of that.
let me pull up the figures
Wow. I'm riveted.
here.
Yeah, please. I need some numbers. I need to know. Ooh, I also
Uh,
wonder, like, you know those intersections that supposedly, like, when you pull up to them, it monitors the fact that you're there, and then the light will turn so that you can go.
I am
Like, is that actually a thing?
I am convinced that is total bullshit. I haven't been able to find evidence of this. You know, some people say it's bullshit, some people say it's real, but I just don't feel like it could be real. I feel like they have to be on a timer. I feel like they have the technology enough to know what the traffic patterns are at a specific intersection. They're going to time it to handle those
But what
loads.
about at, like, 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah,
You know?
but okay, what if you're on a bicycle or what if you're on a bike? Like, how sensitive
Yeah.
can this thing be? And then I'm thinking, like, in my head, I'm like, whatever fucking bullshit sensor they have under the road that reads that there's a car there, like, what if that fucking thing breaks? They have to fucking dig that up and fucking put a new one in. I rarely do you see them digging up a fucking intersection to put a new fucking thing in the ground. So I'm thinking,
That's true.
okay, I'm like, that's gonna fuck up every once in a while, and you don't see it all the time. Them fucking digging in there, putting this thing in. I'm like, does a motorcycle weigh enough? Does a bicycle weigh enough? Does a car weigh enough? How close you got to be to the line? What if you can't see the line? How far does the sensor read? It just seems like bullshit to me. It doesn't seem like it makes efficient sense. Now I could be wrong. Maybe some of these, some percentage of intersections have some bullshit sensor in the ground that reads a vehicle. Maybe some don't. And I mean, it still doesn't do a good job of understanding, like, being efficient for traffic flow, because there could just be one car at the one side of the intersection that's on this line, but then on the left hand or right hand, the other side, there could be fucking 600 cars lined up, but there's just one car on the sensor, right? You see where I'm going with this? So whatever, would it know which lane or which side of the intersection to give priority to? I mean, obviously you should give priority to the intersection that has 800 cars in line, as opposed to one that just has one, right? Does this not make sense to you?
Yeah.
This is what I think about when I think about this. So I'm thinking the sensor thing could be real, but I kind of feel like it's probably more on a timer. Like, they kind of know what the traffic patterns are. I assume there's some fucking scientist. There's some fucking dude whose job it is. He goes, oh, look at this intersection. Sometimes you see those motherfuckers at the intersection. They got a notebook. They're watching the traffic flow. They got the cameras. Maybe they're out there counting the cars. I don't know what they're doing. Sometimes they put those fucking black boxes. I don't know if you've ever seen this. They'll put those black boxes on an intersection, and they'll have fucking cables that run across the road, and you run over those, and those count the cars. One time I asked a motherfucker, because I seen him laying one of them cables out. I was go, hey, bitch, what are you doing with them cables? He's like,
hey, bitch.
Yeah, he was like, oh, we put these out here to count the how much traffic there is at this intersection. And I was like, okay, right on. So then in my head, I was like, okay, so that's how they do it. They're trying to get an idea of what the traffic flow is at this intersection. Then they're going to go on the fucking computer or whatever, and they're going to time it, and then you fucking know. And then if you ever notice, sometimes if you're out, like, say there's an event, like a concert or a football game or something where the traffic's going to be really out of control, if these fucking things had sensors and they were dependable, they wouldn't have to have motherfuckers out there directing traffic. Sometimes they have people out there, they got the fucking whistle and the fucking light, and they say, fuck the lights, we're not fucking with that anymore, we're just going to do this. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Or sometimes they go,
totally.
Or they got a guy out there by the box, and he's like manually pressing the buttons to change the light, because they're like, fuck the lights, they don't know what they're doing. So I gotta think, there ain't no fucking smart sensor in there. It's on a timer, and if the timer ain't gonna, if it's something extraordinary is happening, and they gotta send the fucker out there with the whistle, then they gotta do it.
Huh. Interesting.
I know, right?
Yeah, I think you've made a very strong argument, and I fall on your side, probably.
But also, back to my original point, are these fucking buttons are lies. Not only are the crosswalk buttons lies, but there's lies all over the goddamn place. Did you know many office buildings lie with their thermostats? Most of them fucking thermostats don't work in your office. Those are lies.
Just made for you to feel like you have a semblance of control.
I know. And then I read in this article, they said they would even send repairmen to like pretend fix the thermostats when like people would complain that like
that is extra.
Yeah, they would. If their cubicle is too warm or whatever, they'd send fucking. But they said psychologically, like if the guy came and like pretended to fix it, they would believe it was fixed, so they would thus feel cooler afterwards.
That is extra.
Is that not crazy?
God, I'm lit up.
That's crazy, man. These thermostats
What else is a lie?
Those fucking elevator things. You try to press
elevator things.
Yeah, you go in the elevator. You try to open the door. You press the door open button. Try to open the door a little quick. Those ain't real either. They're all lies.
What else is a lie?
I don't know. What's another button? Give me a button. I'll tell you.
Is the Staples that was easy button a lie?
What?
Those commercials for Staples, that was easy.
I don't watch TV, but that's not true. Oh. Fuck Staples.
Yeah, it's a lie. Oh, well, there goes that sponsorship.
Where were we? Before I unplugged my microphone, I can end this now.
I think that you were busy offending Staples.
I just, I bought a laptop from them once, and it treated me okay, so I got nothing but good things to say about them. You know who I do have something good to say about, though?
Who?
It's a very esteemed company that I'd like to shine a light on while I have this opportunity. Just a moment here.
Is it the gas station boner pills?
No, it's Murphy's Cesspool. Murphy's Cesspool and Septic Service are licensed and insured, serving Nassau County and Suffolk County in New York.
Where? Oh, thank you. I was like, where are those counties located?
Yeah, so if you need to get your septic shit cleaned out, I don't know, they follow us on Instagram, so I'm just going to try to blackmail them for a sponsorship because we've already plugged them. Call them up. Go to their website. Murphy's. You dump it, they pump it.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
You just disappeared.
Yeah, what did I miss?
I don't know. I was just talking about Murphy's and all that bullshit.
Cool. Did you finish or did I interrupt?
I think I finished.
If I had a dime for every time I had this conversation with someone.
Listen. I know when I finish, so. Yeah. Anyways.
I definitely did.
I definitely did. Don't you worry about it.
Perfect.
Where were we? What else? That threw me off.
Yeah. So cool. Murphy's is cool. And all the buttons in my life are lies. Yes. You know what that actually reminded me of was we have like a crazy amount of trust in the like traffic light system.
Mm-hmm.
Because all it would take is like one little glitch and like both ways on an intersection accidentally being green at the same time, and like we would just fucking die. You know?
Yeah. Be pretty cool to
But
watch.
we never think about it. We always just trust it. There's no. What if some terrorist group decided, hey, you know how we're gonna attack the United States? Like, fucking up all of their traffic lights.
I feel like it'd be too complicated.
How so? What do you know?
I just feel like, okay, probably each state, each municipality, each local government runs their own traffic system, so it'd be hard to, like, hack all of them at the same time. Like, it's probably
that's fair.
Nothing's efficient. In a capitalist system, nothing's efficient. I mean, I know we're supposed to pretend it is, but there's a lot of inefficiencies. So I feel like it's not like there's we're not communists. There's not a universal traffic system that controls everything.
Fair.
So it's each traffic system is ran by each local government probably. So you'd have to hack into each and every motherfucker, and then it ain't worth it if you hack into some fucking thing in the middle of nowhere. It's like two cars are going to crash into each other, and they fucking... Yeah. Who gives a fuck if some farmer...
Well, what if they... You heard it here, folks. Nobody gives a shit about two farmers.
They're always fucking dying. You always hear some farmers out on his fucking four-wheeler or his fucking combine. He's doing some fucking out driving on the shit.
You are striking close to my heart right now. I have a lot of family that's farmers.
Have they died in a traffic accident?
No, okay, but my dad did fall off of a grain bin before I was born.
Well, you can drown in those fucking things. You can fall in those grain bins, fucking drown. You can fucking, you go out there, you stir up the fucking pig shit, you can fall in those things, you can drown. You can be out on your fucking tractor, you fall off on them fuckers, it runs you over. You can be on the tractor. Yeah, you drown in the dirt. You can be on a fucking tractor, it fucking tips over, you drown because the tractor fucking fell in your fucking mouth, dropped all the oil down your throat. The drowning hazards for the American farmer, a lot of people don't pay respect to.
People don't realize.
I hear, like, I read a statistic once, I think it was something like 85% of drowning victims are farmers.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean,
that's legitimate.
It's totally legitimate. I don't know if it's a lack of they're not taking their swimming lessons or
swimming lessons.
Swimming. Well, many of them are not slim, but some of them are. It's kind of a toss up when you're talking about a farmer. They're either big old boys or they're real thin.
Yeah, I could use some swimming lessons myself. Yeah.
Oh hell, you're okay.
Thanks.
Don't be too harsh on yourself. Hell. Speaking of me, I've lost like 10 pounds, and I haven't even done shit. I haven't been on a diet or anything. So
if anything, you've been drinking a lot. It sounds like so.
But it's vodka, 0 calories.
What?
Yeah.
That's not true.
That is so true.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure that's true.
No way. I'm looking that up right now. It's alcohol. There's no way it's 0 calories.
It's very low calories, if not 0.
Calories in vodka. I'm looking it up right now.
There. You're telling me.
If so, I am switching to vodka for the rest of my life. Hold, please.
Okay, wait a minute. It says 64 calories. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way that any kind of booze has 0 vodka.
But I think that's much lower than other alcohol.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, what does, beer's going to have a lot more than that, but what's something else going to have in it? What's whiskey have?
I'm sure it's terrible. Oh, that's not even one full shot for 64 calories, by the way. Calories.
That's 1 fluid ounce.
Yeah, and a full shot is 1.5, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
For some reason, I thought it was 0 calories, but I'm an idiot, so never mind that.
I was sure you were wrong, but I was hoping you were right.
Well, I didn't think it was literally 0, but I thought it was very low. What 64 isn't bad at all, but I thought it was lower than 64. But whatever, I'll take it. Anyways, it's a combination of not the vodka. I don't know.
I don't really have anything funny about my own life to share.
I'm sure you do.
No, it's really not funny. I was really grasping at straws for like the little tidbit that I put on our outline.
It doesn't have to be funny. It could be illuminating. It could be dark.
I don't know if it's any of those things. I mean, we can go there if you want.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
It just might be here. Okay, I'll go there, and then we can just change the subject if it's as boring as I'm sure it'll be. Okay.
Okay. Let's give it a shot.
I have a question for the universe. So, here and there, I'll just check into Tinder from time to time. I'm not on it a whole ton. I'm not like really actively looking for anything, but sometimes you get bored. Why not?
Right.
But what happens is I will find like these dudes will come up in my people to swipe through that have super liked me, and then I'll match with them just to be like, oh, I wonder why they super liked me. This could be nice for my self-esteem or whatever, And then they'll like never speak to me, or like I'll message them and they won't respond, and I'm just like, why like, if you've taken the effort to, like, super like someone, why then do not speak to them at all? And, like, if it happens once in a blue moon, that's fine, but I have had this happen, like, a lot of times, like, a noteworthy number of times.
What is a super like? Forgive me, I don't use Tinder for
That's okay.
reasons.
For reasons. Sensical reasons. So super like is, I think you can only dole out like one a day. So rather than just normal liking someone, you can super like them, and that basically just tells them that they're special because that was the only person that you could tell that you super liked that day. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get you.
So you pick one person to like give that to, which I don't think I've like ever really handed out a super like, honestly. But
so could it be they gave you a super like, but then regretted it?
I guess, yeah, but that's insulting to me. It's happened so many times.
No, I mean, I should have stated it a more concerned manner.
Yeah, but, you asshole. You're like, listen, Kelsey, I'm sure that what happened is these loads of men regretted you as soon as they liked you.
I'm just saying.
You seem to have that history, so let's just put two and two together here, shall we?
I'm just saying, could it have been that they had been swiping and they were like, oh, hey, that ain't bad. I'll super like that for sure.
And then they actually look at it and they're like, ooh.
No. But then they're like, I'll come back to that, and they keep swiping, and then they see someone else. And you're like, you know what? Should I use my super like on that?
Yep.
I blew it, and then maybe they go back, and then maybe they. No, I'm going too deep now. Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I'm just saying. Maybe they are like, I could have. Maybe I shouldn't. Now they have anxiety. Like, oh, I blew my fucking super like on her. I should have used it on this other one. Now I'm gonna hope she just responds to a regular like, or however the fuck this works. Forgive me how Tinder works.
You're right. You're right.
So, and then you're like, oh my god, then you reply to the super like, and now he's like, oh my god, now she's replying to the super like. I don't know what to do, but then the girl that he just gave the regular like to, that he would have super liked, responds to him, and everything's good for him, and you're just left alone.
Yep, the story of my life.
Could that be? I'm just saying that could be a plausible scenario.
Yes, it totally is. I'm just insulted by how many times it's happened.
Well, I mean, I used, I think I used Tinder for maybe a month or so when I lived in, long time ago when I lived in Chicago.
Yeah. And
no one ever liked me, so,
ever?
I mean, no, I didn't use it, I didn't really use it or anything, but once did I ever get a notification for anything.
Damn.
So, I think, I mean, you did better than that. You got a super like.
That's fair. Thanks, buddy.
So, and I could have gotten a like because I only checked it like twice and then never used it.
Well, the thing is, you have to like them back in order to get notified that they liked you. So if you never swiped on anybody, that's why.
Yeah. See, I really did that. Yeah, that's why it didn't work. Now it all makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. Well, never mind. I don't know if that helps.
You probably had a ton of likes.
Yeah. I probably did. I made a thing, and then I never used it. And I was like, I never get any likes on.
For like hundreds of women out there.
Actually, I did meet one woman on there, and we talked on the phone once.
Oh.
And then we never talked again. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, I like to think I'm the one that got away.
I like to think you are too.
Yeah. So, I hope she's okay.
I hope so too. Listen, lady, if you're listening, just one day at a time, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're out there. I don't know. I mean, I never did the Tinder thing. I did the OkCupid thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot. I didn't really dig that. It was a little too aggressive for me. I don't know. Got some aggressive women on there.
Oh, what?
Yeah, aggressive women. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not into like the unsolicited text messages and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a lot, but I'm just like maybe 3 or 4 people, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, if the first couple of messages is already a woman just sending me like pictures of her shit, I'm just like, I ain't got time for this. I was like, I don't know now.
Or
Yeah, not her
like
literal
her
shit, but
shits.
like of her shits. And I'm just like, I don't know. Now that just triggers alarms. I'm like, okay, you're very unbalanced. If you're immediately we exchange one or two messages, and you're like, haha, you're funny. And then I'm getting these
Let me
pics.
show you my
You're
pussy.
either very, yeah, you're either very unbalanced or you're a serial killer. I don't know which one, but we're not going to go any further than this. I mean, that just happened like maybe two or three times. I'm trying to remember specifically now.
Yeah.
At least three times.
I'm still surprised, I guess, by...
Yeah, I know. Me too. I was very surprised.
You find some freaky women on the internet.
I know, they're real freaks. I was like, I mean, the cool... It's either the freaks or the cool ones, and it's never talked to me. But I got a couple of these ones, and I was just like, oh my god, that's a vagina. I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess. I think of like an unsolicited vagina pic about the same. Actually, let me take this back. I gotta say, honest, I never had a woman. They never started with a woman. I know, I've had a. They never sent me the vagina pics first. It would first start with like their face, like a selfie, then maybe a selfie with the tits.
Yep.
And then it would go to the vagina, and then I'd be like, I didn't respond to the tits. I mean, the tits thing I'd probably respond to out of courtesy. I'd be like, oh, cool. Thank you. Or I don't know what I said. This was years ago, but I was like, oh, right on. Boobs. And then you'd get the vagina thing, and I'd be like, I can't even connect that to a person. It's just... that's just a bunch of skin going on.
Yeah,
like, that's cool.
I've never understood the appeal of just looking at like a still photograph of a genital. Like,
right. I mean, I get it if you're. I mean, if you're already attached to the person,
sure.
you know that belongs to that person, so there's something to grasp onto there. But just out of the blue, I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, aesthetically, I guess that is. Could be pleasing, unpleasing. I don't know. I was like, it's cool. You're well groomed. Oh, good for you. Right.
You're well groomed.
Like, what's that? And well groomed. What's that string? I don't know. There's just all kinds of.
What? You got a picture of the tampon string?
No, that's just a joke.
Oh,
I never did.
I was about to be appalled.
I wish. It would have been the greatest.
Did I ever tell you about that guy?
I don't know.
I briefly saw him, and he, like, speaking of unsolicited things, like, sent me this thing, and I quit okay. So I briefly saw him, let's say...
Yeah, you saw him.
Maybe around, like, January or something, like, a long time ago. And then we went for several months without speaking, and then he, like, reached out to me, like, 4 months later, and was like, hey, what you doing? And I was like...
Yeah.
I was like, this was fine. I guess I could see him again. So we, like, agreed to meet on, like, a Tuesday or something.
Right.
And then, like, the night before, it was, like, a Monday, he, like, messaged me and was like, oh, I had a sexy dream with you in it the other night. And I was like...
Okay.
I was like, this is weird, because we only met each other a few times, and there was no, like...
Right.
But I was like, okay, cool. Hope it was good for you. Like, trying to be polite without, like, showing any kind of interest, really.
Right.
And not asking what transpired, because I didn't want to know. Like, I don't want to do this, like, sexting thing. It's not for me with someone that I have no attachment to. Anyway. So then we, like, change the subject, move on. And then he, like, comes back to it, and he's like, so the dream that I had was that you, like, let me film us while we were having sex.
Ooh, kinky.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. Like, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, still just trying to, like...
Sounds fun.
Yeah, move around that, because there's, like, no way in hell I would ever permit that kind of activity, especially with someone that I'm, like, not actually in a relationship with,
Ugh. I don't know, I just the idea.
Yeah.
A film of evidence.
Nope. Do not want. But I didn't explicitly state that because he wasn't, like, asking. So I was just like, cool, hope you liked it. Like, and then I moved on from the conversation again, and then he came back to it, and he was like, it sounds like something that you might actually let me do. And I was like, no, I was just trying to not, like, squash your dreams by like just being like, I would never let you do that when you weren't asking me if I would, you know?
Right.
But now that you have asked or insinuated, I am going to let you know that no, that would never be okay. So then his response to that was, well, maybe I'll just sneak a picture of your ass from behind the next time I'm like taking you from behind kind of thing. And I was like,
okay.
I was like, yeah. I was like,
that's weird.
My actual response was, no. And then he was like, I was kidding. And I was like, it wasn't funny.
Oh no, this got awkward.
Yep, and then he was just like, alrighty. And I did not respond to him. And then like a few days later, he was like, hey, you. And I was like, nope, like we're not, no. I mean, like, I understand like maybe in the heat of the moment, like, you don't see what's wrong with that kind of comment. But like afterwards, I think that you should be able to retrospectively look back and be like, oh, I see how making a joke about taking a picture that she explicitly stated she did not consent to without her knowledge would not be funny, and maybe I should apologize to her. But nope.
Right, yeah.
Was incapable.
I would have thought he would have been in a state of shame for the next couple days.
Right.
Thinking, rereading that and being like, you know what? I was in the throes of some passion there, and that was the wrong road to take. That was rude. I should have tried to consider that even before I sent it. And maybe should have realized the cues she's giving me leading up to that it was not necessary.
Right. But even after the comment, like, if he would have been like, wow, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was making you so uncomfortable, that was wrong of me to say, and of course I would never want to, like, violate your trust by taking an unsolicited picture of you, I would have been like, cool, okay, thank you, we can move on. But there was just none of that.
But he did not.
No.
That's just a bad character right there. I'm not saying this is a terrible person, but this is a bad character.
Right, yeah. Like, he seems like a fine person outside of that, like a pretty good person, honestly. But that moment happened, and I was like, well, I will never feel comfortable, like, engaging in any kind of activity with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Ugh. I mean, if anyone would ever threaten, and by threaten, I mean even ask to record or take a picture of me, I would take that as a direct threat to my to the world, really. I'm like, I was like, no one wants to see video footage of that. Why would you ever? Why would you ever insinuate?
We do not negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah, I was like, this is this is violence. You're speaking of violence right now. I can't. I won't stand for this. No one. There's lots. Listen. We're not in a situation in this world where we're lacking the video footage of people interacting sexually. There's no need.
Right.
There would be no need for me to add to that. There zero need. In fact,
where's that? There are prettier people out there than me that you can record.
Exactly. They're professionals. They're paid to do this. Oh, hell. Hey, I've even seen some amateurs that are
still fine.
Do this, and they, way more qualified.
Right, I'm not in that crowd.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see it, you can find it. I mean, you don't need me in this scenario.
Stop! God damn it, Lawrence is home.
Hi. Or wait, he can't hear me.
Gone, yeah.
I said hi.
He's gone. I'll tell him later.
Oh, he left. No, whatever.
I'm gonna have to edit that out, you dick. He just chuckled.
He what?
He just chuckled at my misery.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Where were we? Anyways, no one needs. I'm just putting it out there. Don't threaten me.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
With a good time, because I don't need a good time, Charlie.
Yeah, what is that expression from?
I don't know. I don't even know where it came from. It just came to my head. I know it's a thing, but
don't threaten me with a good time meaning.
Well, I don't know if the threat. I mean, I just think a good time, Charlie.
Oh well, I'm thinking about don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh well, don't threaten me with a good time. You know, that's like I really want to have a good time, but don't threaten me with one. But what I'm saying is, really. Don't threaten me with a good time because I don't want it.
I do not want.
I mean, I couldn't think. Oh my god, I'm getting anxiety just thinking about. Oh my god, the world would be a worse place. Oh my god, how terrible, what a cruel world it would be.
Okay. We need to talk about something else before you spiral into some depression.
I'm
sure it's not that bad.
Oh, indeed. I mean, no, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, whatever. Let's just move on. It's gonna take me down a dark hole.
Your turn. What do you got to talk about?
Damn. Oh, shit.
Have you watched or read anything good lately?
Not really. I just, well, no, I can go into this topic because I did recently finish watching the show Castle Rock, which is a series on Hulu, which is based on Stephen King works or takes place within a Stephen King type universe. A lot of his stories take place in the fictional city of Castle Rock, which is where this series takes place. Yeah. First off, I don't like Hulu because you can't binge watch their original series. They do them weekly, and I think that's fucking dumb.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Hulu, yeah, I mean, I don't pay for Hulu. I get it for free. If I did, I would never pay for it because I'm not going to get fucked around like that.
Totally.
Don't jerk me around. Don't make me come back once a week to watch a fucking show.
Yeah.
Fucking nut up like Netflix. Put it all on there. And I'll watch it fucking 12 hours straight because that's the kind of man I am. I don't have anything else going on.
Let me do that.
Let me do that. So anyways, I had to go several weeks, watch this fucking show. And I'm just going to say, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it or hasn't finished it or whatever. But it's like a big mystery and it's all leading towards a conclusion. You get to the end and you just kind of a fucking, you're like, whatever. I don't know. I didn't like it. 2 thumbs down on the Castle Rock. People were saying it's great. I'm like, we haven't even finished the fucking show yet. We got several episodes to go. How do you know it's great? And then you get to the end and you go, what the fuck is this? I don't know. I'm not into it. Fuck it. Don't watch Castle Rock. If you do, you're going to be disappointed. And if you watch it and you are entertained, then we ain't got anything in common. You can go,
then fuck you.
Fuck you. It wasn't terrible, but it was just, and I will say that the ending of it, they did a thing at the end that maybe would make me think the second season could be better because it would more heavily feature a character that was not heavily featured in the first season, but they would be more heavily featured in the second season. So if they go that direction, then I may be more interested in the second season.
Okay.
But this first season was just, I don't know, it's fucking dumb. I'm not into it. It fucking sucked. What's the other thing I watched? I recently watched Ozarks Season 2 on Netflix. Because you can watch it all at the same fucking time. Yep. Have you ever seen Ozarks? No. Have you heard of it? Ozark?
No.
Okay, it happens in the Ozarks. You ever been there?
No.
Me neither, but people would always talk about it. Oh, to the Ozarks. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Apparently it's in Missouri. It's a fucking place where there's fucking lakes and shit. You go vacation down there. Anyways, the series Ozarks is this fucking rich family. Not this rich family. This fucking accountant. I don't know what the fuck he is. Anyways, he's doing fucking. What do you do? Money laundering. He's money laundering for the fucking drug cartels.
Oh, shit.
He lives in Chicago. Yeah, but then he finds out his business partner has been stealing. He's been stealing from the cartel. So the cartel kills the business partner, but they don't kill this dude. They say, hey, man, did you know about this? He says, I didn't know about this. And they go, well, fuck, you're fucked up, man. You're in bad shape. And then he goes to his family. He goes, we gotta leave town. The cartel's after us. And they go to the Ozarks. And then the cartel finds out and they go, hey, you're going to fucking work for us down here. And then they have some scheme where they're going to fucking run drugs through the Ozarks. They're going to build a casino or some bullshit. I don't know. anyways, I gotta say, I really enjoyed the second season. They did kind of a. I don't want to spoil anything if no one's seen it, but it's kind of like you ever heard of that show Breaking Bad? Yeah, that show was okay. I kind of like this show better. I get that, like, probably on from a technical aspect or any other aspect, Breaking Bad's better. But I find something about this I find a little more charming. I don't know. It's similar in what the stories, how the story is told about a normal person now being in the drug trade. But I gotta say, the second season was really good because there's kind of a turn of events, and I don't want to spoil anything. But at the end, the last episode, I was really intrigued with the direction they're going because, there's a new person, a new woman that's in charge now, and I like where they're going. I like this idea that the woman has decided, you know what, I like the power, I like to be in control, and now she's gonna run the shit. Anyways,
Hell yeah.
If you watch Ozark,
Nothing sexier than a woman who wants to be in control.
That's right. I mean, to an extent.
Fair.
But I give that 2 thumbs up. I give the Ozark 2 thumbs up. It has some cliche parts to it, some cliche writing, some elements that are not the greatest. But overall, I feel like it pulls it off. They got this fucking. I won't go too deep into the details, but if you ever fucking watch it, you'll love it. Not you specifically, but the audience. But you may also love it. I don't know.
It, but everyone else.
You would hate it because you don't know shit. But I'm sure everyone else listening to this, they already watched it. They're like, listen, brother, we love it. There's this great little subplot with this little gay FBI agent. I don't know why I call him little.
Yeah,
he actually looks pretty tall.
Happening?
With this, that was rude. With this tall gay FBI agent.
Yeah, I need you to correct yourself, please.
Yeah, I took it back because I was like, why did
offensive.
Not that there's anything wrong with being little. I think I wasn't saying it from that aspect because I don't think being little is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Being a little person is fine. Being short is fine. Being a small, tiny little man or woman is fine. You can also be a big one. They're all great. But I take it. But he does look kind of lanky. I don't think he's short. I think he's actually kind of lanky.
Okay.
There is a good subplot with this little lanky.
God damn it! You can't stop.
Okay, here's the thing: the character's kind of detestable, not because he's an FBI agent or because he's gay or anything, but just because his character is detestable. Uh-huh. So I think that's why I keep calling him little.
Oh, so there is something wrong with being little.
Yeah, well,
you're using it as an insult. That's all I'm saying.
Historically, it seems like there's a negative connotation with being a little man. I don't know, or a little person.
Damn.
No, a little man. Little people are fine. Hell, I watched that reality show, Little People Are.
Yeah, I'm not sizist. I watched Little People.
Yeah, I loved it. They fucking shot pumpkins out of fucking things and whatnot. You never watched that show? Little people. You know what the fuck it's called? It's about this It's about this family of little people
that fires pumpkin guns.
They owned like a pumpkin patch, and they'd fucking shoot pumpkins out of a catapult.
What the fuck?
No.
I mean,
this was a show on Discovery Channel. It's like little.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I just
it was
never
like
watched it.
I forget what it's called. Little people,
big world.
The little people, Yeah, you got it. I loved it. I think they ended up getting a divorce. The parents, God bless them, they tried. The husband, he seemed hard to work with. But hell, they shot pumpkins and shit, and they were little and whatnot, and they are great. Those are like stand-up little people. I have nothing against those. Those are A1. Those are A number one. Like, they're great.
Those are stand-up little people.
When I say little person or little, I mean little as in little, small in character.
Oh.
But not large. But these people, they were small in stature, but large in heart and character.
Yeah.
But not this FBI agent on Ozarks. He was little in character and tall in stature.
I see.
And anyways, he kind of got his comeuppance this season, which I was glad to see, I guess. I mean, he wasn't a bad guy. You kind of felt for it. It's kind of what I like about the show is like no one's really bad. Even the bad guys, they give some depth to, so you still feel for them.
Sure.
But anyways, great show, man. Great show. It's a little cliche. Some of the writing's a little lazy. I have my criticisms, but overall, good show. Right. What about you? What have you been watching?
Well, I recently watched a show on Netflix as well, because who needs to fuck with that Hulu shit?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
fuck Hulu.
It's called Insatiable. Have you heard of it?
I know there's some controversy with it. That's all I know.
Yeah, fuck ton of controversy. So it's fairly new.
Fuck ton.
And it's a Netflix original.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that I discovered it was like one day I just turned on my Netflix and it showed like here's what we think you should watch. Like, here's a trailer for it. And like the trailer looked...
You watching it?
Yes. The trailer looked kind of
Sorry.
subpar.
Right.
But it basically was like, oh, my name is Patty, I used to be fat, and then some guy broke my jaw, it got wired shut, I was on a liquid diet for 3 months, and I lost a bunch of weight, and now everybody likes me and is nice to me, and I am going to get my revenge on all these shallow motherfuckers who were mean to me when I was fat and are being nice to me now. So that's like the whole premise of the show.
That sounds cool.
Right? Yeah. So the internet just freaked out because they were like, we need to get the show canceled, it's fat shaming, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, whoa. I don't know where you're getting that vibe exactly, because the whole premise is like, I'm upset with the people who are being nice to me because I'm not fat, so I'm going to get revenge on that. So I feel like, if anything, the show is kind of the opposite, because it's like highlighting the unfairness of being mean to people because of their weight, if that makes sense.
That sounds totally right to me.
Yeah, so I binge watched it with my roommates, and it was a wonderful, horrible, wonderful experience. Like, it was just... Like, there was just so much drama, and the characters were so dynamic, and like you were saying with, like, the Ozarks, like, the thing that you liked about it was that no character was simply good or bad. Like, they gave them, like, character and made them well-rounded, so you kind of sympathize with them, even if they were supposed to be bad. Yeah, this show is similar in that. Like, everyone is kind of shitty, but they're also kind of good, and it's tugging at your heartstrings, but then there's also just, like, crazy shit that happens that keeps you on your toes, but then it's also funny, then it's also heartfelt, and it's great. I would say give it a watch. And I think that what's funny is that it kind of reminds me of, like, the same style of, like, humor and drama as, like, Shameless, or, like, Orange is the New Black, or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're kind of reminiscent of that to me, but everyone who is freaking out about it seems to be, like, the same people who like those shows. And I could be wrong about that, but it seemed like a lot of overlap there. And I was like, I think that you just need to, like, watch it, because you will find that it's very different from this, like, picture that you have of it in your head, of it being, like, fat shaming and shallow and stuff like that.
So, I don't know, maybe I'll have to watch it sometime.
Yeah, I would highly recommend. I thrived. Now, there's only one season up so far, but yeah, I thrived on it, and I'm like... I'm going through and watching it again with my roommates because we loved it so much. We were like, how do I stop? And now we're afraid. What we're afraid is going to happen is that Netflix won't get a second season because of all this controversy. So I'm trying to, like, spread the good word. Like, hey, everybody, give it a chance, watch it, because you'll love it.
Right. I mean, that would suck. There's nothing worse than getting a first season and then you never get a second one, and they just kind of abandon it. Yeah. Did they leave it open for a second season, or is it?
No, absolutely. Like, the end of the first season is, like, such drama, and you're like, oh my god, I need to know what transpires next.
Well, I mean, I'm up in arms. I mean, I'm praying that we get the second season here. I mean, I've never seen it, but for all the fans out there, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I mean, well, so what would you say? Is it like a is it like a laugh out loud kind of comedy, or is it kind of a more subdued? Or, I mean, what's your take?
I think that there are definitely laugh out loud moments. But there's also just a lot of, like, It's comedy and drama at the same time. And I think the thing that attracts me most to it is that the characters are so dynamic.
Right.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
That makes total sense.
Did you just get really close to the microphone?
I did. Sorry.
That makes total sense.
I was moving and I was carrying the mic with me.
Got it. Yeah, I heard some like trash crumpling or something. Is that?
That was a window blind. I was being a voyeur and staring at people out in the parking lot.
Ah, I see.
And I heard a noise out there, and I was like, what the fuck's going on out here? I'm doing it again. And they're probably looking at me in the window with a fucking microphone talking. They're like,
what's this fucking weirdo?
And I'm like, listen to Two in the Bush. I am. Oh, shit. Man, Insatiable. That sounds wonderful.
Yep.
I mean, I'll check it out. I'll give it a spin sometime. I just finished that Ozarks. It was good. I finished that Castle Rock. It was some bullshit. What else have I been watching? Oh, God. I've been watching this show, Yellowstone. It's kind of a trashy piece of shit soap opera.
What's with you and all the, like parks and landmarks shows, like Ozarks and Yellowstone, and what's next? Mount Rushmore? Like, what are we getting at?
Oh, wow. I mean, I've been to Mount Rushmore. It's pretty cool. They got their fucking heads up there and whatnot.
Pretty dope.
Pretty dope, to be honest. Well, the Yellowstone thing, I was kind of like... I was going through this whole, like, fucking cowboy phase. I was like, oh, there's some fucking cowboys and shit, but now I'm kind of out of that, so I'm, like, not really feeling it. And the show's pretty bad. But they do, there's a hot chick on there, so I'm kind of, hung up on that, so I'm kind of sticking around just for her.
Sure.
And she is, like, not only is she hot, but she's, like, probably the best character, like, on the show, too. So she's,
as if personality even matters.
No, she's a great actress. I've seen her in some other stuff, and she's really the only thing the show has got going for it.
Yeah.
Watch that. What else? Ozarks. That's all I've been really watching. There's not a plethora of great shows out there right now that I'm aware of. I mean, maybe other people are, but
yeah.
I don't know. You got anything going on other than that? Insatiable.
I
know you brought up what's that other show you brought up? You brought up another show when you were describing this. Shameless. Yeah, that woman's leaving.
Yeah, adios, dude.
What's up? What's up with that? Why is she going?
I don't know.
What's her problem?
I assume that maybe she's just sick of it or something, but I'm like, it's such a great show. Like, I mean, I understand you've been doing it forever, but I would be happy to be a part of something so iconic, I guess. I don't know.
I guess she ain't.
Yeah. Whatever.
So what's going to happen?
Live your life.
Are you still going to watch it? Are they going to cancel it? What happens? Do they kill her?
I think it's going to go on, but they've already got, 8 or 9 seasons, so I wouldn't be shocked if there wasn't more than, a few more seasons. You know what I mean?
Right.
I am wondering how they're going to write her out, yeah.
Right. I think I watched the first 2 seasons. I think my mom and sister made me binge watch it one Christmas. Mm-hmm. I think we watched the first 2 seasons. And then,
I would suggest continuing.
I will, maybe one day. I just, it gave me a lot of anxiety being stuck with my family, having to watch
That's
it
fair.
For about 24 hours straight. But then we opened presents at the end of it. It was wonderful.
Worth it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know what else. What else we got? We got anything else to talk about today? Or?
I don't. Do you?
I guess we can just call it.
I mean,
call it a day here. We're
getting a little bit past that hour and a half mark anyway. So
we're hitting the time limit, guys. Listen, you got it all. We talked about. What did we talk about?
We talked about motherfuckers.
You some lucky motherfuckers that listen to this shit. We talked about some boners.
Always.
We talked about some What else we talk about? Some fucking.
I talked about weed.
Talking about some weed. What was the weed thing?
About like the church group.
Yeah.
Using it as a
the
sacrament.
Church group, man. I'll tell you what, man. This whole weed thing is fucking crazy. This weed should be nationwide.
Yep.
Just growing.
I think Jesus would have smoked weed.
Oh, come on. Come on. No shit. What do you think that burning bush was? Wasn't that some weed?
Definitely.
I read somewhere that was some weed. Now that could have been some made up, but someone said that.
I'm inclined to believe them.
You got the weed. You got the jerking off.
You got the traffic light bullshit.
Yeah, think about that shit. The traffic light. Next time you're walking and you go to a traffic light,
don't bother pushing that button.
Don't even fuck around. Yeah, don't even fuck around with that button. That ain't nothing but a joke.
Yep, it ain't gonna help you. Those traffic controllers are just gonna be laughing at you.
They are watching you on the cameras.
Yep.
Probably jerking off.
Yep.
Fucking sickos. I don't trust them.
Getting off on your foolishness.
Yeah, getting off on you pushing a button that doesn't work.
Yep.
What kind of sick shit is that?
Yep. Sick. Almost as sick as taking an unsolicited picture of someone while having sex.
Yeah. Yeah, from behind.
Yeah.
How rude.
Rude.
Like, how can you even trust a person to get a flattering angle or lighting? People try to take selfies with me, and I'm like, no, motherfucker, you're not posting that one. We gotta take about 20 more.
Yeah, we need to take a variety,
good.
And I'm gonna pick the one that looks best, and you can post that one.
Like, isn't that, like, what is the social rule on that? I always wonder. If someone wants to take a selfie with you and post it, like, do I not get to approve it?
I would think so.
How does that work?
I would think so, but
I think you do.
I think it's all anarchy these days, though. Like, there's no rules in place, and so people just do whatever they want.
Some people just try to post that shit. I'm like, no.
Yeah, hold up.
I get approval.
Yeah.
I didn't like that angle. Just because it looked good for you doesn't mean it looked good for me.
This isn't
what is this
the you hour. This isn't all about you.
Right. So that extends to any picture. I mean, that's fucking whatever.
Yep.
That's fucking out of bounds, man. Try to take a picture of someone without their consent.
And not even just without their consent, but after I explicitly stated my disconsent.
Right, you got disconsent, and then it's like, well, even if I did, I mean, I don't know what this is going to look like. Yeah. I'm not even, doesn't even sound like whatever. I mean, it's just rude. It's just weird.
Just straight up rude.
I mean, come on. You got to be like, hey, he should have been like, look, if you consent, I'll take about 50 pictures. We can go through them together. We can pick the best one. We can pick the best one when it's flattering for both of us.
Yep, I might have said yes. If you're listening,
that's probably going to be
asshole.
That'll probably be hard under these conditions, but we'll try to do our best.
Yeah.
We're gonna put some effort into this. I feel like I couldn't even take a picture doing something like that.
No,
I feel like
busy.
I was posing. I feel like I was posing. Like I wouldn't be paying attention to what I should be doing. I'd be posing for the picture.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, are you done yet? Can we get back to this? I have needs.
I'm like, I'd be scrolling through the thing. I was like, I gotta delete this. This is terrible. This is not a good look for me or you. And I'm just being honest. I gotta take this out. And then I'd be like, have you looked at your phone yet? I sent you. I need approval or not. And then it'd be a mess. It'd be a whole ordeal.
Yep.
I don't know what this fellow was thinking. Did he really think this through? I mean, this just sounds like anxiety.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Not a good time.
That's not a good time. That's the opposite of a good time. That's bad. I mean, not bad time.
That's bad time.
That's like mediocre.
Yeah, at best.
At best. Anyways, don't do that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That we covered all that. We covered shows.
We got the show. Watch Insatiable.
Yeah.
Watch Ozarks. Don't watch Castle Rock.
Yep.
Don't watch Yellowstone. There you go. There's your review. Fuck, we got it all. You know what? We're going to be back next week with a brand new episode with even more lightning discourse.
Hell yeah. So make sure to tune in and hey, let us know your thoughts on any and all of what we said with all of the aforementioned social media outlets that you have. There's no excuse. You know how to contact us. We have everything.
We got it all. Facebook, you on there, you leave a comment. Fuck, you go to Podbean. You can leave a comment on Podbean. You go click on the little episode. listen to it. You're listening to it. You go, oh hey, that's a great little comment there. Let me add something to that. You leave a comment.
Mm-hmm.
We go, haha. We love it. We love it. It means everything to us.
Yeah.
You
Comment
go to
on YouTube.
You go to the YouTube. You leave a comment. You're like, hey, love you guys. You share it. You share this. You spread it on to everyone else.
Yeah.
We love it. We're like a venereal disease. We don't stop.
That's right. Spread the love.
It's spreading. There's
You can
no
tweet
way.
at us. You can email us. You can catch us on that Insta.
Instagram, dude. We got one picture, but guess what? There's plenty coming.
That's right. And most importantly, we're on iTunes now. That's what I use. That's what I listen to podcasts on.
Oh, is that what you use?
Hell
Damn.
yeah.
That's what Kelsey. Oh man. Listen, you go to iTunes, you just type in "Two in the Bush" or something like that. It's gonna come right up.
Dope.
You look for that logo with 4 eye holes in the bushes.
Yep.
You know you got the right one.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
That's a week. We'll see ya. Love ya.
Yeah. Love ya. Goodbye.
Bye.